Tim Panasic for Gibbons Motor Toys. Today we're going to show you a pre-owned inventory that we have. This is a 2010 Rinker 310. So this boat is one that we took on trade a few years ago. It was a fellow that upgraded to an offshore Kingfisher. And a couple of things, well, there's a number of things that are going to be unique about this boat. The main thing is that it's only ever been used in fresh water. So this boat came to the Okanagan and lived here its entire life. So it's been stored indoors and only ever used in fresh water. So that's a big deal with boats this size because a lot of them certainly have been in the salt. And that's just a major bonus for upkeep and maintenance. As far as the overall length of the boat, for those that are looking at perhaps keeping it in a marina or even a storage facility, what we have here is the boat itself. They call it a 310. So with the anchor pulpit on the front here, it actually measures 33 feet 3 inches. If you took the anchor component off of that, you'd be just over 31.5 feet. So there's a measurement that's important to note. And then as far as the overall length, including the trailer right to the tip of the hitch, it's 31 feet in total. And as you can see here, there is some excessive length in here. So if you wanted to cut some of that space back, you could probably easily take between 2 and 3 feet off this hitch, which could be cut. And it would save you storage space if that was a desire that you had. As for the trailer, this is a tough trailer. It's actually a 2013, so the trailer was actually purchased after the initial boat was built. This trailer has got virtually no miles on it. I think the furthest it's ever went is from Salmon Arm to Adams Lake. So it's relatively brand new. It's rated to carry 15,600 pounds. The trailer weighs 2,400 pounds. Therefore, it's considered an 18,000 pound trailer. The hull itself, the dry weight, I have not weighed this on a scale, but with the advertised weight, with the engines, etc., dry weight is approximately just over 12,000 pounds. So that leaves you over 4,000 pounds of gear, fuel, water, etc. So plenty of capacity with this trailer. We're in tight quarters here, so just trying to do our best to show you the entire boat. So this has got twin Volvo Pentas, dual props. The engines are 350s, so those are 315 horsepower each. As I said, it's got the dual stainless props on it. And you can see what the stern of the hull looks like and the room that you have here. You can see that there's trim tabs there. And you can see, again, the trailer, the structure of it, the twin bunks, everything is absolutely set up so that the experience of getting this boat on and off the trailer works pretty seamlessly. Okay, we'll start with the stern of the boat. So basically, obviously, you've got yourself a nice lounging area here with the back swim platform. You've got storage back here, a good place for fenders, etc. Right now, I've kind of got it crammed with the extra stuff that comes with the boat. There is snap-in carpeting that comes with this that I've just put in here. We've never used it. You got the shore power cord here. This is a custom kicker bracket here. So this bracket slides in to a bracket that's back here. Could have maybe showed you that when we were on the outside, but there's a bracket right underneath here that slides into. I should also mention there's a ski tow eye that was added here as well. Now with that bracket for the kicker, we did use once in a while a 15-horse kicker on here. It's all pre-wired, so you can plug in your kicker right here. That's going to be wired to your battery. There's a fuel line here ready. So in other words, it's kicker ready to go. This pedestal here can be used either for a barbecue or a downrigger, whichever you prefer. You can see there's a Scotty rod holder on both the port and the starboard side. And that kind of covers it back here. The other thing I should mention is that I was surprised at how well the boat tracked and steered just using a tiller handle kicker back here. It worked very well. So if anybody's buying this boat that's into fishing and wants to troll a little bit, it works very, very well. Okay, so another option the boat has is there's a latch right here, or a pin. Then there's a lever here on the inside. This is your remote sun pad, so that opens up this seating to the stern of the boat. Okay, further looking at the seating here, we've got storage under here, and the other thing with this storage is also a table that sits right here. There's a pedestal right here, so that just simply pops in there, table on top. Very easy to get in and out. The seating, the way you see it, has another option here as well. So obviously there's plenty of room here with the full port side seating, wrap around to the stern. And then if you want to extend that seating, you can slide this out like this. And I should probably point out, this is all storage in here. This is the cockpit cover that's stored in there right now, which we'll talk about the canvas here in a bit. And then there's another filler cushion here that pops in here. And now you've got yourself literally another place where a person or two extra guests can even sleep here if you put up all the canvas. A few more features back here. Here's your switches for your batteries. So you got your port starboard battery, as well as your house battery and genset as well. This door opens and closes very neatly. There is an aft shower on the deck with hot water underneath this compartment right here. There's additional storage here, and you can see that there's a blender here. So this just pops up. There's your blender. There's your electric grill. The one fridge on the upper deck is right here. There's another one down below, which we'll show you. And you've also got your sink here as well. Okay, access to the engine compartment. You just simply remove this one cushion here. We lift this up. Now, there is a 12-volt electric lift here as well. I won't bother lifting it up, but this whole section does pivot up. And if you look, you can see the twin engines here. You can see, I don't know how well you'll see this, but there's going to be the hot water tank, the battery systems, the generator. So we've got all these things that are very accessible here. Okay, looking at the driver's helm, you can see we got a built-in Lowrance fish finder here. You got all your engine instrumentation. This actually has a synchronization gauge as well, so it tells you if both engines are set at the same power. As far as all your switches, joystick for your thruster and the bow thruster. There's switches here for a bow searchlight. You got your VHF radio. You got your stereo control, cup holder, storage space under here. As far as the driver's helm seat, you got a double wide seat here. You've got a tilt wheel. You can use this also as the bolster position, so you can also stand here as well if you want more height for visibility. This also does completely swivel. It's adjustable forward and back, and it totally swivels so that it'll be at this angle so that it faces the rest of the guest seating when you're parked in the evening. As far as performance, this boat cruises really nice between 28 to 33 miles per hour. That's where you're going to get your best economy. It stays up on step really nice there. There's all kinds of power. It really doesn't seem to matter whether you got one person on board or 12 people on board. Performance is pretty much the same all the way. The handling, the trim tabs, the trim on both engines. It's just a really easy boat to control, and it really handles well at those speeds. Access to the bow, as you can see, is very easy here with these steps. And this is a huge area for entertaining. So you can put several people up here very comfortably. Access to your windlass anchor. You got switches, I didn't point out, but you got switches both up top here, as well as on the dash. Having the nice bow rail around here offers lots of security. We were able to lay our paddle boards up here, etc. So just a pile of room out here. There's cup holders there. Definitely a place for diving into the water, etc. So you can see, looking at the radar arc here, you also have a place for the VHF antenna. There's an antenna for the TV. You got your horn, you got your anchor light, which flips up. And then you can see where there's the two 175-watt solar panels. If you did want to take those off for traveling a long distance, etc., they come off very easily, and then that top can also retract without much effort. The other thing that I should point out is this front area here, as far as canvas, we found that if there was going to be a rainstorm or anything like that, this front section here, very easy to install. So lots of times we would use that area. There is full canvas, so the entire uh, right to the stern does fill in. It's just a little bit more work, of course, to put all that canvas up. Like I say, when you got this top up and you got this front filler here, you got 90% of the boat protected without even putting the back canvas up. Okay, lots to talk about in the galley here. So as you can see, it's well finished. This is all maple wood, Corian countertops. Not really sure where to start here. Lots of storage. So you can see we've got storage here, here. These vents, the other thing that I didn't mention is this boat does have both AC and heat control. So you've got both those functions. You've got more storage here. This is also your electrical panel. So here's where we got all your AC and DC power control, as well as your stereo. Again, more charge places for your phones, etc. This seat here actually offers storage underneath as well. And so two things, it slides out. So this becomes a small berth for somebody. And you've also got storage underneath it. There's a pedestal pull here as well, which goes here. And we'll get to where that tabletop stores here in just a second. While we're in this area, you can see the ease of access in and out here with the two steps. And then as we look in here, we've got your aft berth, which is a full double bed here. And in here is a TV, more storage. We have the extra canvas for the tops and everything stored down here. But as you can see, there's plenty of space here, and there's more storage up here as well as storage underneath the seat. Looking at the head, you've got yourself a full mirror on the door here, and then you can see the storage here as well. So we've got plenty of storage down below. We've got storage up top here. The sink nozzle pops off. It's got a holder up here for your shower. This is an electric flush toilet. There's a garbage disposal built into the counter. Some other features here are you've got shades, so these nicely cover up. You've got a curtain that comes across here. Same with the hatch up here. You've got two options. You've got both a screen and you've got a shade, your choice. And then as far as storage up here, you can see again, plenty of storage there, there, both sides. I may not be the tallest guy in the world, but as you can see here, I've got plenty of length. So two full-size people are going to sleep here very comfortably. Okay, also, you've got, of course, your Corian kitchen top here. You got another electric burner here. You've got a TV here as well with storage behind it. Again, more storage here. You got your microwave, sink, nice big stainless steel sink here. Another garbage bin here. More storage underneath here. This is the lower fridge. Then, of course, you've got your steps up to the front V berth. This was a custom sheet that we had made to fit this. So this is a good spacious bed. There is also storage underneath here. So you can see that bin right there. We've got closet storage here. And I mentioned that there's a table here that hides right here. So that pulls out right here. And this is a very robust, heavy table. I don't remember the last time I had it out. But this is a solid maple heavy-duty table. It nicely tucks out of the way here. Also, on access to the deck, you've also got the screen door, where you have a solid door.